Houston real estate is doing something really interesting right now. Some homes are flying off the market, and some are taking a little bit longer to sell. And some sellers are becoming accidental landlords. So what's really happening in the Houston real estate world right now? Welcome to this month's market update, where I'm going to break all of this down for you. So let's start with what is actually happening in the Houston market and not look nationally. As you can see from HAR's most recent report, closed sales are down a little bit over 2%, but pending sales are up 13% year over year. So what that's saying is activity is really picking up. We also have more inventory. So we went from 4.3 to 4.8 months of inventory. So we have a little bit more choice for buyers. But the days on market has gone up from 60 to 69 days. So what does this mean? We have more of a balanced market and it's not really crashing. The national data is a little bit different, but here in Houston, our market is super stable. So let's talk about everyone's favorite question. What is happening with prices? Well, the median price has gone down just a little bit, but the average price is up a little bit, which basically evens out to prices are pretty flat. So overall, there's stability. It's not crashing. And if you're one of those buyers who decide you're going to sit there and wait for the market to crash, it doesn't really look like that's in the cards right now. Let's also talk about the townhome and condo data, because this is a little bit different and it's just so wild. Right now, we have had a huge decline in sales in townhomes and condos in the Houston area. And we also have average pricing has gone down 3.5%. So now average price for townhomes and condos is $276,000. So if you are in the market for a townhome or a condo, now might be a really good time to give me a call and let's go shopping. So let's talk about this accidental landlord situation. This has happened to several of my clients as well. They had their house on the market. They had a price in mind. Home didn't sell. They don't want to lower the price. So they decide to rent it out. And this is what is making our market so strong. The sellers basically are saying, I have enough equity. I'm not going to lower my price. I know the prices are going to come back, so I'm holding on to it, and they become landlords instead. Now, let's talk luxury, because this is where Houston is secretly winning. The luxury market is typically determined by everything that is in the top 10% of the market, so it varies from location to location. In Houston, the luxury threshold is $794,000 right now, and nationally, that average of the luxury threshold is $1.2 million. So what does that tell you? If you're in California and you're spending $1.2 million, that's like a starter home. But here in Houston, you get more space, you get newer home, and you get a ton more value. That is why relocation buyers love Texas so much, and especially Houston. You get so much value for your money. Is it a buyer's market or a seller's market? Of course, we always talk in my videos about location. It really depends on where you are in the market, your location, and pricing. So for buyers, you have a lot more inventory, you have more negotiation power, and you've got some price reductions happening. For sellers, it's really important that you position your property well in terms of condition and price, and then you'll likely see really good results. So what am I seeing on the ground right now? Homes that are prepared well and priced well are selling very quickly. And this is especially true in the luxury space. There's very little inventory and the buyers are gobbling them up. So you still are seeing some multiple offers happen. And then you have some other neighborhoods. For example, Town Lake, it's a little bit slower and there's a lot more inventory. So here you're going to see a bit more with price reductions, possibly more time on the market. But one thing rings true, and no matter what market you're in, the home is positioned well and it's priced well, you're likely going to have an offer really quickly. But be prepared. Buyers are asking for a whole lot these days. They're asking for huge price cuts. They're asking for a lot of seller concessions, and they're expecting repairs to be done. So things have changed a little bit for the sellers, but if you do the right strategy going out of the gate when you're selling your home, you will have a successful sale. What is happening next for the spring of 2026? Well, we still have a lot more inventory than we did last year. In fact, the number of active listings has gone up over 14% since last year. A lot more inventory for buyers to choose from. Also, the rates did trickle down, although they took a little bit of a jump based on this war in Iran. And that is going to be something we just don't know about, right? So we have to see how that's going to affect rates. If that brings rates even higher, we may see this market shift quite dramatically really quickly. So we're going to keep an eye on that and watch what's happening in the market. But as of right now, Still a lot of showings, a lot of activity, and obviously the pending sales are up. So let's see how that all shakes out. Do you want to know what your home would actually sell for in today's market? Or if you're a buyer or you're curious about how you can get that house without overpaying, reach out. I will break it down for you very simply. I'm Gabrielle Strout with Compass Real Estate, and thank you for watching this month's market update. Let me know if you have any questions or you want me to cover any other topics next month. I'll see you. Bye.